Hey everybody, Carl here. Just want to put together a few clips to show you the work I've been doing on the water change slash control room, focusing on water change right now. Thanks for watching. Going to be the new home, or the home of the new aquarium when it gets here. Red Sea Reefer 625 G2 Plus. You can see there in the dining room there, we got a bunch of junk that came out of this room here, which is going to be the water change room and control room. So just to give you a quick little view, not much in there, just a small little room I'm going to use for this. So I just want to give you a quick before, and then we'll take a look at the after as we go, and looking forward to building this thing out and getting rid of all the clutter in the house. So this is me just, dragging the bench in. It's a snap-on bench that I had laying around. I just decided to use it. And then I was planning on using these 44-gallon drums, cans that I had, but they were just too big. The mouths of them were just too large, and they really didn't fit well. So I went and bought these 32 gallons. They seem to fit nicely, so I went with the 32s. And then this is me working on getting the RO lines from the bathroom on the other side of this wall into the room, and I pretty much got that squared away. And I'll get a brush plate to kind of dress it up, most likely. But it really wasn't a big deal to get the line through the wall. Just a little bit of, get on my hands and knees and getting in there, getting through the wall where I wanted, and without damaging the wall. So I'm working on the water changing station, and this is going to be my layout. The gaps will obviously be filled with 1-inch PVC, and basically it's going to go from the fresh water on the right through elbow, and then a check valve, because I don't want any salt water ever getting into the fresh water. Then we've got a valve there. We've got a crossover connect, and then coming here toward me, that lower elbow is going to be the faucet if I want to get fresh or soft salt water out into a bucket. Then over here on the right, the bulkhead is missing over here on the left. I've already started in on the trash can. I'll show that to you in a little bit. On the right is the bulkhead that's going to go, the black bulkhead that's going to go in the trash can, then a union elbow, and then another ball valve. I was going to didn't really want to go with gate, just didn't want to pay the money. I've got this little Amazon pump here. I bought it a while ago. I was going to use it, I never did. So I'm going to use that for this for now. I've actually got everything I need in the aquarium I'm going to break down, 75 gallon, but it may end up being that I don't want to break it down, so I'm just going to use this for now, and maybe later I'll update it, but I think this will work fine. But anyway, I'm just going from the crossover, the 4-way crossover, to two connectors. I'll have a piece of clear hose in between those so that I can connect the pump into the system. Then the same thing on the other side, and then another valve, and then an elbow, and then into the top of the saltwater can. So that's basically the setup. I know when I was looking at this, it's not too complicated, but I figure with this layout you can kind of see it, and then go to the store prepared to get what you need. Everything is 1 inch, no threading, all slip joints. So maybe if you see this, you can go to Lowe's once instead of 3 times like I did. So we will keep working on this today, and then I will update you once I've made progress. All right, so made some progress on the water changing station. You can see I've got it plumbed out. Everything was pretty easy. I had it laid out on the floor, so putting everything together was no problem. Cutting the PVC to the lengths I needed was no problem. The longest part actually was cementing everything together. One deviation that I made was I did have right here at the front between these two ball valves, I did have a spigot, more or less a spigot, but it jutted out too far into the room and off of the plumbing, and I felt like it would obstruct my access to the shelving below, so I did not like that. So right now it's kind of a closed system, but if I do need to get something out, I can definitely, I've got a pump that I can throw in there that I use now for my water changes. It'll empty these cans in no time if I need water in an emergency. I did decide to use a flexible hose from the pump up to the top of the saltwater side, kind of give me some leeway with the alignment of the pump. I may tap into that hose and run a spout through the tabletop and then out underneath the top there, and I can terminate it right at the cabinet so it doesn't jut out. So I may do that, I may not, it depends. If I find myself constantly having to pull water out of these with my other pump, then I'll definitely do that. I intend to have these barrels feed auto top off and automatic water change, so closed loop should be fine for everyday use. But next is going to be working on the RODI, which I've got sticking out of the wall there. Got the bathroom on the other side, I'll tap into that. And then we'll get the RODI going and kind of do a test. Hopefully it's watertight. If not, I'll patch it up and we'll go from there. Like and subscribe, and leave me some comments down there if you have any suggestions, or you can see anything that I might have added or maybe removed. Thanks.